Hi. So today we're going to be tasting a wine called the Chocolate Block. It's definitely one of the most fundamental wines that comes out of South Africa. It's one of my favorite wines. It's an unbelievable wine, and it's a lot of celebrities that I know. It's their favorite wines. Sachin Tendulkar for one, Suresh Raina, the cricketer, Bono, Hilary Swank, Morgan Freeman. All of them love this wine. And today we're going to be figuring out what's in this wine that makes it so popular. I mean, except for this label, which I think is an unbelievable label. It's simple, it's exquisite, and it's classy at the same time. And I think that's one thing which is very important in making wine popular, is its labeling. Because I'm an absolute label freak, so no matter what the kind of liquid is, I'm going to try a wine if the label looks like this or even remotely similar. So yeah, we're going to be tasting a wine called the Chocolate Block, which comes from South Africa, region of Swartland, based inside the region of Franschhoek. And what Franschhoek means, it means French Quarter. So South Africa, even though it has a big Dutch kind of influence, the region of Franschhoek means French Quarter, means that there was a lot of influence of the French culture, French food, French wine. And thankfully it made it back and down into this bottle, and we're going to be tasting that. So today we're going to see if it really tastes or smells like chocolate. Maybe they put a whole bunch of chocolate inside the wine, and we're going to see if that's there or not. South Africa may be a new world country in terms of making wine, but actually they've been making wine for a very long time. 1650 actually, when the Dutch had entered the country. The Dutch East India Company were looking at wines to make, and they realized that the local produce wasn't as good or a little inferior. So they started importing a lot of the French wines, and that is why there is a big Rhone dominance, and Rhone Valley, which is in France, there's a big dominance of that in South Africa, and the way they make their wines. South Africa, incidentally, is actually it is the 8th largest growing producer. So a little small country, but they make a hell of a lot of wine. Interestingly, South Africa is placed down south, which makes you think that, it's in a continent like Africa, it's got to be really hot, which it is. But it's got the Indian Ocean, and it's got the Atlantic Ocean, and it's got Antarctic, which gives off cool currents. What the sea does is it gives off cooler breezes, which helps the wine. So a lot of these vineyards are placed in valleys, or are placed right below mountains, in valleys, on slopes, which are the best places to make wine. And very similarly, Franschhoek also comes from a region which is a Mediterranean climate. So it's hot, it's also got a lot of cool winds that blow in, which gives that acidity to the wine, where the sugar ripening is already being done by the hot climate of the vineyard. Franschhoek is also the gastronomy capital, which only tells you that the culture of food and wine is very rich there. And that is why most of the produce that comes out of South Africa or from Franschhoek is going to be quality stuff. These guys, the Chocolate Block, which comes from the family of the Boekenhoutskloef. Houtskloef means the raven of the trees, whereas the Boekenhout is the tree which is known for furniture making. And ancient carpentry and furniture was big history back in those times. So when Mr. Mark Kent bought over the vineyards, he wanted to keep that history, that tradition and culture alive, which is remarkable of him to do. And it kind of adds to history, and who doesn't like a little bit of history when you're drinking wine? Because a story is what makes the wine sell. And yeah, let's now cut to the chase and start smelling this wine. Let's see what this wine has got to offer. I've already poured myself a little bit, so the wine could open up a little bit. It's a strong, steady, heavy wine, but it's a 2017 vintage, and from what I know, the 2017 vintage was regarded as one of the best vintages. Unbelievable. It smells, the first thing that I smell is cocoa, and to be fair, I kind of want to smell cocoa because it says Chocolate Block, and I was looking for that chocolatey smell. So the first thing I looked for was cocoa, and I really got that, and it's that nice kind of cocoa, not the bitter kind. It's the sweet chocolatey kind of smell that I was looking for, and I got that. Some nice mulberry dark dark berries, red cherries, definitely some mulberry, some blueberries. You get this earthy kind of texture to it. It's a very fruity wine, but it's also got these really well balanced tertiary characteristics of cocoa, of chocolate, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of that earthy aromas. Some nice peaches. To tell you a little bit about this wine, of what I smell and why I smell this. This wine is dominant with Syrah, but it is a blend of many other grapes, and grapes that you may not have even heard of. So it's got 64% Syrah, it's got 14% Grenache, 11% Cinsault, it's got 10% Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's got that 1% Viognier. And to be honest, even though the Viognier is only 1%, you kind of get that little floral aroma. You get this little lavendery smell that, I mean, it's a little difficult even though it's 1%, but I don't know how they managed to do it, but I can actually even smell that little sweet lavender, that kind of smell that you normally get or the violet smell that you normally get in Viognier. Not only that, you also get the smell of the Cinsault, which is you get these peaches, you get these red fruits, those crushed roses, which is unbelievable. I mean, this is another very interesting thing about the family makes the wines is that Franschhoek as a region is dominantly made for fruits. So there's a lot of farming that has been going on in the region of Franschhoek. That means when there's a lot of farming, there's a lot of herbicides, a lot of pesticides, insecticides which are used, which kind of spoil the soil, and they spoil the farm, they spoil everything. Keeping that in mind, Buchenholz-Kloof have done an incredible job in sustainable viticulture. Most of the things that are done are organic, no additives are used, fermentation is done naturally, and the idea is that the vines, the vines, which is the plant which is growing, is historically very, very strong, and the characters of those are incredible because they are old, they have history in them, they have tradition in them, and they are ancient wines. And ancient wines, while the yield is low, the produce which is made is unbelievable, which is they're strong guys. So this wine definitely has high acid. It's got this dripping tannin. It's got this powerful tannin, which is so velvety and so smooth. I think the idea behind making a wine like this is to express the characteristics not only of the wine but also that season, that vintage. To really tell you what that 2017 vintage was, you do everything that you can, but you do it naturally. You don't add a lot of things, and you put it right into this. And that's what they have encompassed, and that is what they have captured so beautifully in this wine. Because you get these Asian spices, you get these Asian spices. It's a little spicy, and you can tell that this wine has been oaked. From what I know, that this wine was oaked for 16 months, but none of it is new oak. That even though you can drink it now and it'll be an amazing experience, you can also age it further. In the bottle, you keep it in the bottle, don't open it for the next 3 years, 4 years. And oh man, this wine is going to change completely, and it's going to be an absolute journey and experience. On the palate, I still get a lot of cocoa. I still get these spices. I get that kind of, I'm also getting a lot of orange blossom. I'm getting these peaches, which is the beauty of the blend, which is why it's a diverse kind of wine, because you're getting so much from so many places and from so many grape varieties, yet it's all served in a platter in a way that you can enjoy each of the grape that you're tasting with each of the tasting notes that you're tasting. It's actually one of the most famous wines being sold in India as well, even internationally. It is the flagship wine of South Africa as well. It is one of the most important wines in South Africa, one of the most prestigious wines of South Africa, and it's easy to tell why. To conclude, all I want to say about this wine is that I highly recommend you all taste this wine for an unbelievable experience. Big up to the winemaker, he's an ambitious winemaker. This wine is available in India and I definitely think you should give it a try.